Pico-8 is one of my favorite systems, and as I have said it before, but it's worth saying it again, if you haven't played Pico-8, I'm not sure what you're doing with your life. This video is sponsored by Nixie. This is the Nixie Flexi wireless game controller, and honestly, this might be my new favorite controller. It works on the Steam Deck, the Nintendo Switch, PC, iOS, Android, the ROG Ally, and the Legion Go. Basically, if it has Bluetooth, 2.4 GHz, or USB-C, this thing's ready to play. And yeah, that age-old debate, should the D-pad be on the top or the bottom? Well, with the Flexi, you don't have to pick sides. It comes with interchangeable modules, so you can literally swap the layout to whatever feels right. It also includes Hall effect joysticks and Hall effect analog triggers, so no drift, smooth control, and long-term durability. You get 4 mappable back buttons, adjustable turbo, breathing RGB lighting, a 6-axis gyroscope, strong rumble, and an 800 mAh battery for long sessions. Wired, Bluetooth, or 2.4 GHz, it connects however you need, and it's completely customizable with swappable keypads and modules, so you can dial into your perfect setup. The swappable module is just awesome. Also right now, when you check out Nixie's website, link in the description below, you can actually get a bonus. Spend $39.99 and you'll receive a Switch 2 accessory for free. And there are even more Black Friday deals available. Feel free to use my discount code retrofuntech for 20% off your purchase. That's the highest discount available. Thank you again to Nixie for sponsoring this video. Now back to the fun. What is Pico-8? Well, really quickly, Pico-8 is a fantasy console, which means it doesn't have an actual console or box. Pico-8 being a fantasy console, it's for making, sharing, and playing tiny games. And those games are just created by people like you, me, whoever. It feels like a regular console, but it runs on Windows, Mac, and Linux, and retro handhelds. I absolutely adore Pico-8. It's just kind of like the perfect mix between retro 8-bit style, in indie games, which both things I'm a huge fan of. And there are thousands of them. Thousands. I'm such a big fan that if you aren't familiar with my channel, I do a weekly stream about Pico-8 games. And I just play some of my favorites, random ones, just go down the list and I will just go through and find some new favorites. And sometimes I have friends on, which is kind of fun. Since I have started my Pico-8 live stream, I have played a ton of awesome games. So this is the first of many videos to come to just try to narrow down some of the few of my favorites or the really cool games that I have played. So here are 10 games that I have played on my stream, and I don't think that I put any of these games in previous videos. They're also not in any sort of order, really. We have some shmups, we have some platformers, we have some other cool things, lots of funny stuff, some stuff that might make me scream. So I selected these 10 and I just wanted to share them with you just to give you something else to play, just to discover new, cool, fun games. And these are definitely fun. Beckon the Hellspawn is a fantastic Pico-8 game. It's a survival bullet hell game that reminds me of Vampire Survivors or any of those games if you've played any of those. I'm a huge fan of those types of games. And what I love about this is you can not only pick different characters and they all have different abilities and different weapons, but you can also, just like those bullet hell games, that you can upgrade your abilities by picking up some gems. So it's a really well-made game. I'd probably say this is probably my favorite out of that genre that so far that I've seen on Pico-8. BubbleGum Spin is a cool little tactical bubble shooting game, and it looks very simple, but it's just neat. It has a lot of cool features, and it gets more difficult as you advance the levels. I kept seeing this game on the features list, and I never quite played it until I was on the stream, and I could have sat there a whole stream and just played this game because it's a really well-made, cozy game. Walker. Now, I will admit right off the bat that when I saw this and I first started playing it, I immediately thought that it was from Star Wars. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and it's called Walker, so I thought it was, you know, an AT-AT Walker or at Walker, and yeah. So, but it's not, I don't think, completely. What the developer says is that it's based off of an original Amiga Classic game, and they had they were a big fan of playing this when they were a kid, so they obviously wanted to make a Pico-8 game about it, and they did a fantastic job. It's a little bloody, but it's fun, and the controls are a little weird, but once you get used to them, I mean, you're controlling this little walker thing. It's really, really neat. Pinballvania. This is a really cool game. It has a really bizarre design. You basically collect all the green balls to open up the exit, the double yellow circle of each stage. And there's 20 stages. I think I got to like stage 14 or something like that. I could have played it all night on my stream one night when I discovered it. And it's a really cool concept. It's not exactly like a pinball game. It kind of reminds me of the bonus level in Sonic, the first Sonic game, where you're just going around and you're trying to get the Chaos Emeralds, and yeah. But it's really well designed and it's really a lot of fun. Each level is different. RoadStorm. Okay, I'll admit that what grabbed me was the cool synthwave looking title screen. So, but this is actually a really cool game. So it's a racing game, but it's kind of like Road Rash, where you go through and, you know, you're picking up power-ups and whatnot, but yeah, you blow things up. You blow other players up, other cars up. So yeah, it's a neat, like, you know, Road Rash or Mad Max kind of vibe, even though you're going through the city, and I just really enjoyed it. Pico Arcade. Pico Arcade is a game launcher that launches 36 arcade-style games from a bunch of different cart makers. So this person didn't make all these games. But I really like this concept because it's like you're playing on an old-style arcade cabinet, but they're Pico-8 games. And they are some of, you know, the Pico-8 game, or they are some of the games that you would actually see in an old arcade. You know, you have Tapper, you have Pac-Man, you have Missile Command, you have all sorts of different things. So it's a really cool concept, and if you can't make your mind up of what you're playing, or, you know, I mean, there's 36 games here that you can choose from. So really cool concept. Umbra. Now, Umbra is a really cool game. It's a combat-based story platformer. You're playing a character that is making their way through a world that they're trying to stop, you know, forces, evil forces, and they're from destroying their home. And on the way, they're picked up by two mysterious strangers, and they mostly get their health back, and they're missing an arm, and you'll see all of that. But you have a giant sword, and it's got so many different cool elements here. The giant sword reminds me of Final Fantasy, and the platform itself, I mean, it has such Dead Cell vibes, and it almost has like a little bit of Hades vibes as well. And I just think it's really super cool. I actually was in contact with the developer on Bluesky, and that was really neat to actually talk to them. And I really hope that they continue making games, because they're doing a fantastic job of it. And I really enjoyed playing their game, even though I kind of sucked at it at one point, but whatever. So definitely gives Umbra some love because this thing is really super cool. Combo Pool. Combo Pool is a neat game. It almost has bubble popper vibes and pool game vibes. I mean, it's all sorts of different things. You merge two balls of the same color to change it to the next color, and you avoid keeping too many of the balls. You want to just like keep the whole color scheme going and not have too many pool balls on there. So it's a really cool game, and it's very oddly satisfying and very pretty. I like the artwork, the shading on it. So it's a game that I can literally sit here and play for hours. I really enjoy it. Gorp Slosh. Yes, I will say that again. Gorp Slosh. It's such a weird name. This is just a bizarre game, and yes, this makes me sort of scream in a way. It has Stranger Thing vibes to me. It's really neat. You're basically you're going through, you're trying to avoid the enemy that just reassembles itself, and it's disgusting and scary and all at the same time, and you run away all the time, just lots of running away. So I end up dying a lot in this game, but it makes me laugh and scream all at the same time. And last but not least, one of my absolute favorites, Cattle Crisis. Cattle Crisis is an arcade shoot 'em up or shmup, and you're piloting your fighter jet to defeat the evil aliens and save the precious cows. Yes, you're saving cows. That's why it's called Cattle Crisis. It's a really cool, fun, short game, but it's so intense, and it looks so good. It's just so good. It is great music. It's lots of fun, and honestly, I play this probably a few times a week. I really do. It's just that much fun. Also, I just wanted to mention all of the footage that you see on this video, I have recorded playing on my Anbernic RG476H. Right now, recently, has been my go-to for Pico-8 because it's an Android device. I run Pico-8 off of GameHub Lite. You can use GameHub or GameHub Lite, and you can play Pico-8 games. So the screen aspect ratio is almost the 1:1 for Pico-8, so it's practically perfect. It's really good, but it's got a 4.7-inch screen, and it's really big, and it's really nice, and then I can play other games if I wanted to. But I also got this grip from Etsy, and I'll leave that linked in the description below. I'll leave this linked from Lit NXT if you did want to pick this up. So it's a great device, it really is. And I'll also leave my link for the first impressions video that I did on it. So that's all for today. Let me know in the comments below if any of these are your favorite games, or what games you are planning on taking from this list and actually playing. I'd love to hear about it. Also, if you love Pico-8, definitely hit subscribe and like down at the bottom, and you will get notified the next time that I do a live stream, which is the whole point of this video. Definitely come to those live streams, hang out, talk to people that love Pico-8, talk to me, and recommend games, and share your favorites on the stream. We have a blast, and sometimes we have some guests on there. As always, thanks for watching. Stay awesome and go play some games.